I would like today to congratulate everybody with year 2020. It's really the new opening in the life of every country and everybody basically. Today we took this special occasion thanks to the press club of Belgium to brief you on a very specific issue. Last year we seen a lot of questions and queries about the potential joining of the Uzbekistan of the Eurasian Economic Union. In that respect, I would like to say a few words and to brief you on the latest developments in that respect. As you know, with the coming of the President Shavkat Mirziyoyev to his office December 4th, 2016, a lot of changes has happened in positive manner in Uzbekistan, in Central Asian region and beyond. And one of the priorities of his foreign and domestic policies was establishment of better relations with our international partners, with our neighboring countries, and basically with the world community. In that respect, national strategy for actions for years 2017 and 2021 was taken, which reflected broad agenda for Uzbekistan development for those years. And one of the major issues was how to better develop engagement of Uzbekistan with the partners in terms of bringing economies, bringing foreign investment, and better engagement on economic issues with those partners that I mentioned before. A lot of changes have happened in Central Asia itself. It's well known that, for example, Uzbekistan is open to more closer and friendly relationship with the neighboring countries, namely Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. You know all these countries better than us. And Uzbekistan significantly, for example, reduced number of custom barriers and duties for those countries. It also abolished the visa regime for 86 countries in the world for the foreign tourists and visitors to freely move to Uzbekistan and enjoy all the cultural and heritage and economic benefits that our country can offer. So economic relations between Uzbekistan, for example, and Benelux countries are actively expanding as well. I will give you some figures. And trade turnover for January-September last year amounted to more than 200 million between Uzbekistan and those countries. And to compare this, I can tell you that this is 23% more compared to the same period of year 2018. But coming back to the issue I mentioned at the beginning of my statement, on the potential engagement of Uzbekistan with the Eurasian Economic Union, I would like to mention a few reasons why this topic became acute. Some figures. Eurasian Economic Union space is promising market with almost 200 million of people. And Uzbekistan, as a country, needs smooth access to it, to address issues of increasing export, attracting investment, and access to new resources that this union can afford. While initiating dialogue with Eurasian Economic Union, Uzbekistan is going to take into account some practical factors. And I would like to mention those factors for the better understanding of our partners, what it's all about. First of all, situation in the labor market. Some figures. Every year, about 600,000 young people enter the labor market in our country. You just imagine this figure. More than 2 million people, our workers, are working in Russia. Another 300,000 our migrant workers are being employed in Kazakhstan. It is extremely important to create a decent condition for the labor activities of our citizens working in the territory of the Eurasian Economic Union countries. As you know, those two countries, Russia and Kazakhstan, are one of the members of this union. For reference, Eurasian Economic Union also provide the legal protection, including the in the social benefits for the citizens of member states which are engaged in labor activities, as well as for their family members. There are some other issues that are associated with the potential engagement on the humanitarian basis and ground, which can offer the Eurasian Economic Union. This is direct recognition of diplomas and qualifications. Work experience is taken into account for social security matters. Children have the right to attend the preschool in accordance with the laws of the host state. And also the medical and social insurance is provided free of charge, meaning that those people from Uzbekistan potentially who can and who would like to work and travel to those countries of Eurasian Economic Union can take the benefit of all these social services. There are also some practical issues. For example, citizens can also get access to social packages provided by employers. It's very important given the number of our migrant workers being working or living in the Eurasian Economic Union states. For Uzbekistan, it's also opportunity for the Agency for External Labor Migration and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uzbekistan to expand to use the official channels to communicate with employers, including labor and internal affairs bodies of member countries of the Union. That's one point that I would like to outline. There is also a second very important reason: markets. The Eurasian Economic Union countries are the closest market that Uzbekistan can work with, especially in the view for the last fast-growing exports of textile, leather and footwear, fruits and vegetables, automobiles and other products that are usually being primary export production of Uzbekistan. Thanks to the bilateral agreements, the total trade turnover of Uzbekistan with Eurasian Economic Union member states for years 2016-2018 increased by 52% and reached more than $9.7 billion. $9.7 billion. It's big number. It's big number for Uzbekistan. It's also a very important figure that brings the additional taxes and revenues for our country, for our economy, but also for our people. Today, Uzbekistan supply about 40% of total export to the Eurasian Economic Union states. Uzbekistan exports to those countries products worth more than 4 billion. Potential joining of the Eurasian Economic Union, the access of Uzbek products to the markets of the Union member countries will be facilitated by simplification of procedures in mutual trade and foreign trade without any restrictions and exemptions. It also should bring cancellation of customs duties. So this part is dedicated to the economic judgment, and we are going to explore this further. Third, and maybe not less important point where Uzbekistan is going to make the assessment is transit corridors. It's well known that Uzbekistan is the second landlocked country in the world. The territories of the Eurasian Economic Union countries remain the main transit corridors and account for 80% of our total volume of the transit to the export markets. Given that Uzbekistan is double landlocked country, the creation of favorable transit infrastructure for domestic exporters is a vital factor for further economic development and growth. While carrying out transit traffic with the Union, a single tariff policy is in place which will allow Uzbekistan to reduce significantly the cost of transportation of goods, to attract new transit flows, allowing to increase the total volume of transit up to 10, if not to say 12 million tons per year. In our expectations, potential joining of the Eurasian Economic Union will also promote to increase the transit attractiveness of transport corridors passing through Uzbekistan. Integration within the Eurasian Economic Union facilitates access to continental transport hubs. Uzbekistan will be able to use the developed transport and communication system of the Union, which provide the shortest routes between Europe and Asia, provide the access to markets and sea routes to the Middle East, China, Russia, and what is very important, to Europe. Eurasian Economic Unions also provide an opportunity for closer cooperation between member countries in the field of science and education. Currently, over 25,000 students from Uzbekistan studying in Russia, almost 4,000 in Kazakhstan, 2,000 in Kyrgyzstan, more than 200 in Belarus. Those countries are members of the Eurasian Economic Union, and we should always be attentive what leads our citizens and our interests with respect to the interests of our people. Based on all the above said, a thorough assessment of the pros and cons of cooperation between Uzbekistan and the Eurasian Economic Union is currently underway. That will be based on the analysis of the forms and types of collaboration with this organization, and will be thoroughly considered by the government, by the parliament, and by the people of Uzbekistan. It is also necessary to emphasize that in matters of cooperation with this organization, we are talking exclusively about economic cooperation and economic aspects. Joining of any international or regional organization will not mean a waiver of obligation within other associations. At the same time, Uzbekistan is committed to maintaining and building up its close partnership, economic and trade relations with other countries, including non-members of Eurasian Economic Union, as well as international economic and financial organizations. Thank you.